This government meeting is brought to you by Eastworks and our local cable subscribers.
Grant Search Committee for January 20th. This is basically a work session to work on the Greenways application. And we have our grant committee members here, as well as Mark and Ellen from the Greenway Committee, who have been really doing the yeoman's work and taking the lead on this. So we're just going to jump right into to this so we can make the most efficient use of time. And I'm going to see if I can
talk about a couple things first.
Yeah,
so,
sure.
One is, if people didn't see it, we have a budget that we're working with, $400,000, of which there's going to be an $80,000 town match, 20%. So it's 65 CPA funding and $15,172, I think, of in kind, and requesting $320,000 if we don't ask for the additional $5,000 for the possible parking appraisal lawyer costs. And the question for the committee is whether we want to ask for that $5,000, or since it's such a high number, we want to leave that off. And the other thing on the budget and timeline we'll get to is they asked for year one and year two. The year two is a new thing. And when I filled it out and sent it to Alex, and he said he thinks that's really for grants that are meant to have a 2-year budget request. So they thought we should just drop that, or be very explicit in our wording in the grant that this is not to request in 2-year funding. So I think we should just drop it, but I just want to make sure that from people.
I think the 2-year part, from what I understand, that really applies to that other subcategory of mass trails, which is that capital asset funding or whatever, which is what you all got last year that allowed that 2-year program.
Okay.
So I think if we could just apply as usual, and then if they tell us that they think it's going to be 2 years, I mean, can we get it all done in a year is the question. That's really more the question itself.
Well, we're asking for $400,000 for the work to be done in fiscal year 26. There will be work that needs to be done after that, but we're only asking the $400 for the work to be completed in 26, right, as I understand it.
And we're pretty sure that we can use all that 400 in, or whatever, the 320 or whatever from them within that fiscal year.
That's Alex's feeling, and that now that the pre-25 meeting is set up in February, they think a lot of stuff is going to move quickly. I sent you a detailed timeline from them, which is like 4 pages, and
I just saw that. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
So it's a lot of work to be done that they're hoping to get done.
Okay.
It's going to happen. If we don't use it all, then we'll just ask for more money next year.
Well, hopefully we'll be done with this by next year. But I don't think I don't know if everybody saw that one that you just sent around, Alex. Hang on a second. Did I print it? Yeah, I think this was it.
So Aaron couldn't make it, and he wanted to apologize.
Yeah. Okay. No problem. No problem. All right. So let me just get this going here for a minute. Alrighty. Okay, so I'm gonna just pull up the thing that you just sent around to me. Anyway, I forget if you copied everybody, but just to show people that this is the kind of thing that we end up getting from our engineers, and we've got an equal nightmare on the bridge one that has all this kind of detail. The bridge one is like, if the paging is correct, it's a good 600 pages, which I can't believe. It's ridiculous. So it's like a 20 meg file or 17 meg file in its own right. So I don't know what I'm going to do with that, but the bridge is, I'm just pulling my hair out on that one. So it's crazy. But anyway, just to say, so this is where they're showing their timeline and all of this kind of stuff. So this is probably 6 pages on this one. So this is a very, very detailed supplement that we would attach to our application. This is new information. So this goes on and on and on. So yeah, so we won't spend time on it, but we'll send it around to be sure you got it, or we can put it in the shared drive too.
I sent it around today.
Okay, you did. All right. So I'll stop sharing on this, but that just shows the level of technical detail that we get that we cannot possibly begin to describe in our own words. So I really do want to rely on Ty and Bond for a lot of that kind of stuff. Alrighty, let me, I believe I can find the application here. Alrighty. So Kate, I'm probably going to need your expertise here, but let's, given my Google machinations. So I think we're fine on Scott. We've talked about this. I don't know how to unhighlight this, however.
I can do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can somebody undo that? Okay.
You can do it. You want me to?
Okay. It didn't. Yeah. Kate, go ahead. Yeah.
It's easy.
And where is that under where, Kate? Where do you do that?
There's yours looks a little bit different because you're zoomed in, but I think yours is the pencil. See where there's like
up here? Yeah.
No.
Under editing?
Go to three dots where the three dots are.
Yeah.
And yes.
Oh, that over there. Okay, got it. Thank you. I was looking for that this morning and I couldn't find it. Okay, thanks. All right, so I think we're all squared away down here. This was just my question. We call it ARPA funding. I don't know whether we should just say Mass Trails because it really did. It's their grant, right?
Well, this is actually specific. They did not give us a grant last year, and they gave us funding through ARPA.
Okay, so we leave it the way it is then.
State ARPA, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I will go over to forget my comment wherever that comment was.
I'll check it. I got it.
Thank you, Kate. I'll let you do the, I'll bring it up and you can do the clicking here too, or we can both be in it at the same time, yeah?
Yeah.
Kate? Okay, good. I don't want to screw up anything more. Me and Google are not friends. Okay, let's back up. So, brief project description. Oops, hang on, here comes Diana. So this is what we've had. In the earlier project description. And Kate, hi Diana.
Hi there.
Just getting started on
a couple alternative, like simple. I really thought about Bruce's email and conversation about really trying to make sure A, we're answering the questions, and B, like taking into consideration that we should look at this as like a standalone grant. And so just to mix it up a little bit and like, so it's not just like reading the same application. I really tried to focus on like the differences this year and making sure we answer the question. But I try to do them in a separate paragraph so you can be like, okay, I like this one better because you can tell the difference between going through and making edits and how hard it is to like read it.
Yeah, it's impossible. Yeah, I know. So I think the main thing here, you've gone from would to will. That was the main thing I first noticed, but
my only thing that seems to be missing is sort of being specific. It runs from Coleman Road to College Highway, if we think that's important.
It's there.
Show except from Coleman Road to College Highway.
Okay, I'm sorry.
But I like Ellen's edit about significantly because it said connecting the rail trail and Western Greenway, and I was thinking about maybe the next Mass Trails grant where we're asking for money to help do that feasibility study and, kind of highlighting that it's not finishing the project.
Well, hopefully the next one will be construction related. We'll see. God knows. But yeah. So what's anybody think? This is pretty much the same language. It's just, a couple of different sentences in here, but it's still within that. I think they wanted 3 or 4 sentences. Am I right on that?
I wanted to highlight because this is something that they're going to use like when they like look at the Mass Trails website. Like I want people to know that this is so construction can begin, kind of like it's moving into final stages.
Yeah.
I'm fine with the changes.
Okay. Anybody else? Bruce thought?
No, I think it looks good.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So.
All right. I like Ellen's suggestion for significantly narrowing the gap between.
Right.
So I took that.
Okay. So then, can you cut and paste that up above?
I'm just gonna make it. I'm just gonna I'll just make it the adjusted paragraph, and I'll change the color back.
Okay.
And if we decide like at any point that any of this you're like, I don't like it, like it tracks all the changes. So we can always like reference an older paragraph if we need to.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay,
Yeah, do we-
I can check the comments for the budget, right? Because,
Actually, can I go back to 2.3?
yep,
It's actually a 3.1 mile rail trail, so we may want to.
3.1. Okay. Yeah, we've used 3.5. We are, we've done over 3 miles. We've said many things in many applications. So it would be good to know what it actually is now. That's perfect. Okay, so this is the new paragraph, Kate. Yeah.
yep.
Super. Okay. All right. So, Mark, on the budget, 405,174.
So this is assuming the 5,000 for
Yeah.
potential appraisal, lawyers' fees for if we're looking for parking area. If we drop that out, obviously everything drops by
Yeah.
4,000 for the grant amount and
No,
5,000 for the total and 1,000
yeah.
on the CPC match.
I mean, I don't see any rationale to drop it out. I mean,
$25,000.
yeah. So I mean, as long as what I was finding too, and I don't know if you found it when I was putting in figures in the other one for the budget, what it was calculating as 80 and 20% weren't exactly the right numbers. It's weird. It didn't calculate. It's like a few $100s off on all of them. So I don't know. It's just kind of strange. But like if you take the 405,174 times 20% here, you're gonna get what I've got 81,035 as the match
And we're in that
when I
ballpark.
do the math. So I don't know, but anyway, I've got this in my way here. Hold on, get out of here.
Over 81. Yeah.
So that's 185 something here. So yeah, so it's 15 and then 66. So just put in our total amount then. So the total is what, 85, you said? There's no place to break this down when you get into online, I don't think.
The budget page has it in the calculation of about the 20%.
Right. So all I want in here though is the total amount. So I don't need 15,
It's
so
405,174.
Okay. So Kate, you want to change that?
I'm sorry, you said it was what? 55?
No, these
No.
are correct.
No, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so you just want me to get rid of got it.
Yeah. Okay. And I think when we get into the online, it doesn't ask for any breakdown here at all. All it wants is the total amount when you get online. So
Oh, so you're saying combine the two of those?
just drop a total there so I know what it is when I don't make a mistake. On the budget sheet, it asks for that breakdown, but just put in 81,174 so we have it there. Okay, that's all. Okay, going down. So we're still on all this stuff. Yep, go ahead, Mark. Something. Still design, engineering, permitting, shared use. We changed all this last time to take out equestrian. That's all the same. All right, and then why this project should be funded. So I guess this was a question about whether we needed to put the DOT tip stuff in here or later on because it asked for it. We get at it later on.
A lot. It says why. So the question is 2 to 3 sentences. Why this project should be funded, and then the italicized part is about how it supports or expands diverse networks of trail systems, and trail experiences. And they kind of outline. There's a new Priority Trails Network website that I found that this project has been identified as part of that project. So I put that information below just about how it's what, like, if I think of the question, like, why should we get this funding? I think that, highlighting like what it will accomplish answers the question a little bit better. But I did a paragraph below that talks about like the 75% design, 100% submission materials.
Yeah.
Like that we need to be, yeah.
I think we just need to be careful that we, I agree that we need to, Bruce highlighted it too, that we need to, answer the question for sure. My thinking here, I don't know, Mark and Ellen, you guys have done it more than we have. Whether the tip number and everything, all that comes in later on too. Do you want it here as well?
You had commented down below, it should be with one of the questions where they asked for it. And I think it should be moved to that section where they asked for the PNF number and just move
Okay.
that information to that other section, which I can look down.
It might be in ready. I forget if it's in readiness or some other place. So let's
Yeah.
take out the highlighted part there right now, Kate. And
if you want, you can also take a look at the alternative paragraph beneath that and kind of pick which one you like. But I tried to highlight how like we've been designated as this is like their system for prioritizing trails is the Mass Trails Priority Network. So I wanted to put in that we were identified or designated as a Mass Trails Priority Network.
Mhm.
I didn't take out the Mass DOT. I said that it's already been approved, but it
Okay.
requires additional funding to ensure construction begins as planned in 2028. Like kind of saying we need the money now. And then I put in a sentence about exactly what the funding will be used to support.
So the section that has the tip information should be probably moved down to 12.2 or 2.12. Or 2. Excuse me, not that. 2.16. So we don't want to lose that information. I think that needs to be moved down.
Or the one from up above, right? That had the full detail. Or
Yeah.
no?
Yeah, the yellow section.
Longer.
The one that we took out of the question up above. Or
Yes, I'll move it.
Yeah.
Okay, so you said
So
2.16.
having this
2.16.
here, yeah. So the main change here, if I'm understanding this, is taking out the tip information that was up in here, and then filling in the critical gap. Southampton, so
I tried to keep it 3 sentences because it's 3 sentences. That was the other thing.
I have 2 comments related to the changes in 2.11.
go for it.
To me, I read that as, what is the benefit of the project rather than the focusing on the work to be done, which I thought could be focused down below.
Mhm.
And if we leave that in, that's actually incorrect wording. The last sentence in that.
Yeah.
Because
So then
we're not.
let's take that out.
Okay.
I think, yeah, taking out that last line, because again, I think we talk about that later on in terms of what's going to be done. I mean, this is just talking about, go back up to that question. And here, because you've got the project number in parentheses, I think that's not objectionable to leave it there. In how it supports the network of trails. Okay, they've already kind of determined that it does because they've designated
Right.
us as this Mass Trails Priority Network participant, from the way I understand this, right? Is that what we're trying to say here?
I figured they know what they know what their own projects are that were designated as the priority network.
Right.
There's not a ton of them, so.
Yeah. Okay. So
Well,
how about we take out that Mass Trails Priority Network underlined part, but keep your purple part?
Yeah. So it's just like
Everybody okay with that?
Yes.
Okay.
that's just where the information came from. It's
Yep.
just like I had never seen that website before.
No, I had not either, so that's great.
Okay.
They keep changing up a few things. They are, getting a little up to date on a few things. So, and then you go up and take out the previous
Yep.
couple sentences,
Got it.
and we're still just a couple sentences. Do we? Yeah. Is that okay?
That's
Yes.
great.
Well, it's 2 to 3 sentences. It definitely is 2 to 3 sentences.
What was the last sentence we just killed there? That out of the old stuff. Sorry. Did we want that critical gap in there for any reason?
Critical gap.
No? Yes? No?
It says because it addresses a critical gap in the bicycle route connecting Northampton to New Haven. And
Yeah,
links-
we've already said that up here, though. Okay, that's fine.
I think the
go ahead.
first sentence of the paragraph that you're going to delete is still worth keeping in.
Yep, I agree. I just tried to make it more specific to exact.
But leave the first sentence, get rid of the second and third.
Um,
So the
Of the old one, you mean, Mark?
yep, I just moved it. Okay, let's see. Here we go. I think that's how we said we
no,
want.
that's not what I was saying.
I thought you wanted to leave in the first sentence.
Leave this first sentence of the old one. Get rid of the second and third sentence, and then leave your paragraph.
Oh, sorry, I put it the second sentence because I just thought it went with the second, the
Okay,
last.
this funding will further work. That's okay. Leave that in there. That's good for now.
Okay, so I'll leave. You want that as the first sentence?
Sure. Then take that part out.
Got it.
There you go. So then we've got Southampton Greenway together. So let's say whatever this has been or something, or this is
Project.
designated.
This
Yeah.
project. It designated Metro Priority Network. Okay.
Chris,
Yes.
are you able to get rid of at least one of the bars? I'm having trouble seeing what you guys are working on because
What
the
bar
bar is
down here?
blocking the report.
Let's see. I don't know.
Click on the three dots. I think that will get rid of that bar. No. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, that's better. Thank you.
That's better.
Yeah, thanks.
All righty. Yeah, I know. Like I say. Okay, so we're down to there. I think we're good. 212, nothing has changed. This definitely, gets us to all the starting points that we haven't changed at all.
Getting rid of the south as recommended is good.
Yeah, this is fine, Kate, I think. Yeah. You okay, Ellen? Are you seeing okay?
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry. Yes, that's much better.
Okay, I'm not sure what I did or what Kate
Oh,
told me
you
to do, but
clicked on
that's
the
good.
three dots.
Whatever the three dots do, it must be magic. All right. So relevant landowner. So this is where this new we have this what we've said in here before, but we have a form now to fill out. Where'd it go here? Sorry. Is that where I am? Correct?
0.13.
Yeah. Okay.
I just read that right away is supposed to be capitalized.
I don't know. Diana's here.
When it's used as a noun, that's what it said. When it's used
Okay. All right. I don't know what's going on here. Let me end my hey, come on here. Sorry, it just jumped all over the place on me here.
I agree with the rest of the changes in 2.13.
Lost it. Where'd it go? It just backed up on me. Sorry. Hey. Okay, 2.13, we're good. 2.14. So this is where we were.
you left in ARPA funding. Should we put in ARPA funding? Or does it not matter?
Where did we have that up above? Yes, we should leave it as ARPA from what
I mean, it just shows how many different places we've got money for. Oh, actually, did we fund the right of way through ARPA? No, we didn't.
No,
No.
Mass Trails.
Yep.
Their money last year came from ARPA.
Yep.
But
Well, but it's true. The CPC, the ARPA didn't help with the right
You're
of
right.
way.
Oh, that's good then.
so
Up through your iPad.
so this all helped with the right of way. Yeah. So yeah, Diana, would we normally capitalize right away? We think we do. Right here, we purchased a right of way.
No, it's not a proper noun. No.
So right of way is lowercase. See, I read that it should be right of way.
I
don't know if it's hyphenated or not. If it's typically hyphenated, I could look.
The stuff from Alex comes as hyphenated and capitalized.
Yeah, I read that.
Well, I think you should just be consistent. I don't think it's a big deal. Yeah, just be consistent.
Look, you hyphenated and capitalized it. That's how Alex does it.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Moving on.
I should be able to talk to, and I have to turn my
14.
They need to be in separate.
So conservation restriction. So this is a. Wait a minute. Did something move here? Hang on.
No.
For 2.14, I agree, except I added federal back in front of surface transportation board.
Kate, I'm going to let you manipulate this, okay? I'm not going to scroll down here on this. Can you do that too?
I can't because you're screen sharing.
All right, then let me stop sharing. And you can share your screen?
Sure.
Your manipulation skills are far better than mine.
Okay. Oops. Can you see the right screen? Sorry, there are two screens up.
Looks. Yeah,
If you could make
Yeah,
it
I think you're
bigger,
at the right one.
yeah, just make it bigger a bit and then scroll up a tad just to be sure we're on the same one here.
This one?
I think that's where we were. 213, is that where we were?
Yeah. Okay. So I think we were good there. And has landowner permission been obtained? Yes.
So that, okay,
You know
that's
what I'm
fine.
gonna do? I'm going to actually pull this up twice because it's really, I see exactly why you're having trouble, Chris, and I'm gonna pull it up and bring it to my other screen so I can see it better.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, it makes it really hard to follow. Okay,
It
so
is, yeah.
these links in 2.15, we don't obviously have to leave those in, but that's some updated information from the state about studies that were conducted about like specifically accessibility and like the benefits of shared use trails on
That's just basic other information for us. It wouldn't stay in there. Yeah.
No, it wouldn't say in there, but that's
Yeah.
where I got some of the additional information about accessibility.
Yep.
And I pulled this language, the universal design principles, like I actually used like pretty much language from their website and those links, and that's how I wrote this paragraph. Equity, inclusion, yeah. So I really
Okay.
took all of their language and just translated it into, yeah.
Okay.
how it's
Scroll up
supposed-
just a tad, Kate, if you would.
what? Scroll up.
Just scroll. Yeah. I think unless anybody has any objections, we can leave that alternative language there. I have a feeling this is only a yes/no question and there's no place to write in a narrative. That's
I'm just wasting my time.
I'm fine with either wording.
yeah.
Okay. Why don't
So
I mean, I'll just say, okay, and then if it's just a question, we just disregard it.
Okay.
Okay, and then, yeah, that's the only problem is if I do this stuff. And I will make it black. Okay, PNF. I copied this purple sentence as Mark had suggested. So I don't think we need both. I just think we need to figure out. Oh, it's so hard because this thing is so tiny.
Yeah, and it splits between the screen that you're trying to read. Just trouble.
I'm just gonna do this. Okay, so this was
There you
the
go.
sentence that we moved from above.
I think we want to list specific numbers in there.
Yeah. So we have
So I don't think we need both.
I would leave it as is.
So we can take out this one.
No.
Leave it as the purple one.
We want to talk about the tip and the PNF.
Okay, so we're gonna take out what was expressed. So then should we leave the last sentence then?
we need the PNF in there, yes.
So then I should take out this sentence.
I would leave it as is.
Oh, so we're taking out, leave both?
Well, we got an original PNF and it was reassigned as a new number. We need that information.
So let's leave what Kate has in purple, but then in the one below it, Mark, where it's in parentheses previously awarded 607, okay. Let's just put that up in that paragraph as a parentheses, right up in there. Yep. And then
okay, that's great.
Yeah,
I think one paragraph.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then take out that black and keep in the PNF. Take out that one sentence there.
This one in the middle.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that works. Does that work, Mark, Ellen?
That's yes.
Right. I'm gonna try to take out the comments then. It's just hard to do both screen
I
share.
know. Yeah.
Um,
As good as Google is, it drives me absolutely buggy, frankly.
okay, so check. Okay. And then we fixed all of this.
It might, let me see, can you hear me?
Yeah, go
It
ahead.
might, the flow in the second sentence is kind of weird. So you might put a comma after project. Or under the prior something. You see my?
Oh yeah, you're right. I had left a comment that this was a confusing sentence. Under the prior, the prior project had been on the tip priority list.
So is it that
Maybe, how about under the prior number, comma, 607-823, the project had already been on the tip priority list? Or something.
Mm-hmm.
Something.
So now because something happened, it's got a new number and it's a different place on the tip priority list. Is that right?
Yes, but it was before and it is now.
Mm-hmm. So previously approved as 607-823
project.
I mean, you could throw something in parentheses there saying, and on the tip priority list.
Yeah. Yes.
I'm sorry.
Yes.
Prior number 607-823. This project had been on the tip priority list.
Well, what I was suggesting, Kate, just a thought, and it may be too wordy here, though. So as you've got previously approved as 607-823, you could put that previously or whatever, and on the tip priority list in that parentheses.
Yeah. Previously approved as number 607-823 and placed on the tip priority
list. And then a separate sentence could be, it is now proposed for FY28 tip funding.
I mean,
or something like that.
When you add that stuff to the parenthesis, you can eliminate a sentence.
Yeah.
Yes. And so this project was previously approved under project number 607-823 and has been assigned a new Mass DOT project number 6.
No, we already said that.
Oh.
No.
No, I'm saying I thought you wanted to get rid of this.
No. Don't want to get rid of that. Leave that. Sorry.
No, it's okay.
No.
Trying to get rid of
So we say
the fact that it had been on the tip priority list. I'm just trying to put it in the parentheses.
Yeah, so you go back to the parenthesis where it says previously approved as 607-823
and was on the tip priority list.
Tip funding.
Yeah.
End of parenthesis.
Is it approved for tip funding or on the tip priority list?
Can I make a suggestion?
On the tip priority list.
Yes, Mark.
Can I make a suggestion? List the new stuff first, which is get rid of what's in parentheses there and move it below. Say the project has been assigned a new Mass DOT number and is on the proposed for the fiscal year 2028 tip funding. And then a separate sentence.
Yes.
Can't hear you, Mark.
Number such and such was previously, and this is the second sentence.
Mark, you're actually on mute. We're hearing you through Ellen, I think.
I think it's because it echoes.
Yeah.
I was trying to minimize the echoing, but
yeah.
So just suggesting get the changes you made. Okay.
Okay. So so you said put this the parentheses previously approved under project and was on the tip priority list. So we just
again. So the first sentence is good. The second sentence was previously approved project number and was previously on the tip priority list. So yeah. That's good.
Like this. Okay. And then we want the PNF.
Yes.
Okay. Got it.
There we go. Phew.
All right. I'm going to try to back all this up to the,
oh my God.
How many of us doesn't take to change a light bulb, right?
Stone soup, is it?
I figure out like single sentences for sometimes like an hour working on these applications.
I know. All right. I think we got that right though. So we're good.
Okay. So this is just all,
so again, we're saying the same thing, but fine. It's there.
Okay. Now 3.1.
I put in Bruce's suggestion.
Yeah, this has got Bruce's suggestion in there already, which I think 2 or 3 of us liked anyway.
Okay, so this is designing, so I'm gonna take out will design, because you're right, it is designing.
Down at 3-1.
Yeah.
Scroll down.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm scrolling down on my other screen. 3-1, okay, 3-1. I just approved, will design to is designing.
Okay.
Because they are designing it.
Mhm.
And
There's a comment there. There's a chance that it may be only 8 feet over the bridges rather than 10 to 12 feet. And I'll check with Alex.
So will likely be.
Will likely be, yeah.
Good enough.
I feel like, I mean, I don't think we need to add in another sentence, except for the bridges, which will be 8 feet. I think it's fine.
You mean leave out the likely?
No, I think it's fine the way it's written. I don't think we need to add in about the bridges being a little bit more narrow.
Yeah. No, I think that's fine. So we can take out the previous
Right,
stuff.
So we're gonna go with Bruce's suggestion in the pink paragraph.
Well,
wait a minute.
I'm
I'm
confused.
fine either way.
Oh, wait a minute. We just changed the old one.
Yeah.
We wanted Bruce's at one point. I thought Mark had put Bruce's in there. Are you in the right
Huh?
version?
No, it is in there. The problem is I went through the first paragraph and I didn't realize that this was, okay, now
Well,
I'm not sure I agree with that. Is this the place where I wrote on the comment?
I see your change unnecessary.
Yeah.
All right, so
We can't see the comments, Kate, so I don't know.
I'm just putting back in the other paragraph and then we can look at both. I think, is this both?
it's not showing back up
Not
yet.
showing the previous one.
There.
There it is.
Okay. Okay. I don't.
So Bruce, you recognize yours. Is that the pink one?
Yes, mine is the pink one. And I'm not necessarily bonded that we have to change it. It's just, when I looked at it, sometimes it was just confusing, especially when sometimes we didn't seem to answer prompts. I'll defer to everybody's judgment as to whether the content of one is better than the content of the other.
Well, I think the first one is shorter, and I think it answers the question.
The question is characteristics, length, width, surface, materials, grades, terrain, structures, signage, and amenities. Yeah.
Okay.
Key features. Okay. Let's see if there's anything that's missing from the second paragraph, though.
Mhm.
Feasibility study.
Or added that's important.
Feasibility study.
The two big changes are equestrian use and a connection to various things in town. And those are covered in other sections if we think it's more appropriate.
I mean, did they already decide that this is going to be paved?
Yes.
It will be.
It will be
I think it must be for some of the ADA stuff.
durability, pave for
So
durability.
let's not add new stuff in here that's that much different. But we know it's got to be slip resistant and all that kind of stuff. I mean, let's not put in paved if we don't know that for sure. We think so, but let's not confuse things.
No,
So
it says paved in the first one, but it says several characteristics will be considered when choosing the surface material for the path. So I was just asking if the decision had been made, because I don't think we need to put.
Yeah, I agree with you. I
It
think
has
that's
been
adding
made.
confusion.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think we say will be paved. And so I feel like all the information from this sentence is in there. Safety costs and maintenance is accessibility. But I do think it's important to acknowledge the cost of maintenance. Like that was highway department's big concern about putting gravel paths in Conant Park is about the ongoing maintenance needs. So
That was down below in different section.
Yep.
okay, so then that's good. So
Okay.
we're
Can
deciding.
you show more of the pink so we see what the other alternative part was?
Yes.
So,
Yeah, and I'm realizing in my pink where it talks about the equestrian path, that's unnecessary information.
Yeah, I think we could just say due to safety concerns and lack of interest. I think it's fine. And then ooh, trail signage and adequate visibility. Is that in there?
I
Yeah,
mean, that is the one change from the last time, though, is that we took off the equestrian path option.
We have wording down below.
It's in both. It's in both sections. It's
Okay.
the first one and the second one.
can you scroll up a little more, Caitlin? Thanks. No. Whoops.
I wish we could see these side by side. It's a lot easier.
Yeah.
See,
Anyway,
I mean, whoops.
no, don't don't do that on my account. I just this is driving me buggy.
it's the screen is small.
I know.
And getting smaller.
Well, I don't think it's gonna work. To put
No,
them-
don't do that. Go ahead.
So
I mean, honestly, when I read Bruce's, I thought that combination at the end about the roadway intersections along the trail, it was combining the sentences, combining the things in sentences rather than having so many separate sentences when I first read it anyway. But whatever. Those last 2 or 3 sentences I thought were fine, beginning with 3 roadway intersections along the trail. But scroll back up again, please.
I'm okay with either wording, but I would get rid of the equestrian reference here. I think it's better down below.
This one, this one you would get rid of?
No. In Bruce's section, there's a reference to the equestrian decision by the select board. I would just leave that to down below.
I mean, they basically say the same thing, except that the first one is shorter.
Yes.
So if you want a succinct answer, then I would go with the first one.
I do think, honestly, if you look at the question, I feel like the first one, I think the first one answers the question about maybe we could incorporate the last sentence about direct access.
That is included down below if the concept's important but not appropriate here.
No, will provide direct access. Oh, this just says the same thing, but like crunched into less sentences.
Yeah. So I have no problem with going with the original language.
Okay. But we wanted to make sure directs access to the town to we could add in multiple town conservation areas.
Sure.
All right, let's see. I'm just seeing if there's anything else. And allow to access to town, municipal buildings, parks, and the library. I still think that those sentences, either way, aren't necessarily like the focus of the question, which is about, like, I think that this is asking about amenities on the trail and not specific, you know what I mean? Like the signage. I think the signage is important. I think everything that's in there is fine, but I don't know necessarily that they really care about what other connections it's making, and I feel like that is stated elsewhere.
So maybe you could say the trail will provide signage to multiple town conservation areas, municipal buildings, parks, because you're right. The amenity is the signage.
Provide direct access and appropriate signage.
Will provide, or the trail will I don't know.
You can take out direct access and just put the trail will
Signage.
provide adequate signage or
Yes.
something.
Signage.
Signage.
To highlight, wait, to highlight town conservation areas, and I don't even think we have to say multiple. I think town conservation areas, municipal buildings, parks, and the library. I think it's fine.
I think the to highlight is not necessary.
The what?
The what?
The words to highlight are not necessary.
Oh,
You mean just highlight?
No, just signage too. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
well, there needs to be something in between those. Trail will provide adequate signage
Two.
to town conservation areas. Okay. All right. Are we comfortable with this section? Going once, going twice.
Yes.
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 Going back to the comment about the bridges, do we need to incorporate that? I mean, that is part of the trail. It doesn't matter.
I would have thought so, but
Yeah, good point.
can you remind us what that sentence was?
I don't think it was in this section.
I thought it was, but okay.
No, I'm actually gonna just
Maybe
look
you can say bridges over streams.
Manhan
No,
River.
it does say
The
briefly.
bridges over the Manhan River.
You know where we included the information about the bridges is in the project scope, site and location, which was 2.12, but it does say there's 3 at-grade roadway crossing, 1 above roadway crossing, and 2 bridges within the project limits.
But referencing the bridges is important, I think, in terms of what they're asking. So I would put in maybe in the second paragraph after the first sentence, just a sentence saying there are 2 bridges over the Manhan River that will be
No.
rehabilitated or
No, one of those bridges is over a road, right?
Right.
So
2
it's-
bridges.
Along the trail
good.
that will be rehabilitated or something.
Should we say rehabilitated during the construction phase?
Redesigned for shared use.
There we go. Good enough.
That's good.
Like it.
Okay. Any other recommended changes? Going once, going twice.
So again, the specific trail location starting and end, we've already answered that up above. That's what's so frustrating is a lot of these questions are repetitive.
I know, and you don't want to like make it duplicative there.
Right.
I added for 3.2, I added a sentence at the end, sort of referencing back to that if we think we want to keep it.
Yes, so I think the only thing work to be completed. Oh, I wrote that so I thought that it was hard. This is just my personal opinion. I thought it was hard to go from narrative format to bullet points to back to narrative format. I know that, and I remember you saying that Alex gave you the information. So I wanted to provide both options so you could read both and see what you thought flowed better. Because I just thought it was hard to read in a mixed format, but that's just me, and it doesn't mean that it's like has to be either way.
If I can give my 2 cents, one is I think this is a very technical section and the language needs to be consistent with Alex's knowledge of appropriate language outside of my expertise. I think, clarifying it by bulleting, I did highlight the 3 sections of what's going to be deliverable for fiscal year 25 and 26 and after 26. But I still think bullets to me are clearer and less confusing.
Yes, I just tried, and so in the top part, if we decided to leave it as the bullet points, I tried to divide it because it jumped from like 25 to 26 back to 25. So I tried to just make it like year by year in this section because it was a little bit harder to follow.
Can I be specific then?
Yes.
So the area that's highlighted in yellow, I would just delete. It's unnecessary, I think.
Yeah.
And
Delete the
then
yellow.
it'll say work completed in 2025. I would actually highlight that just so it shows, bolded, excuse me.
Right.
I tried to do that.
I think in something Bruce had sent around too, he had suggested highlighting each of those sections each year, which I think is clearer for reading. So 25, 26, 27.
And then we have, you added completed and planned deliverables for 25. That's sort of confusing. Those three paragraphs cover what's being done or will be done in 25. I would just get rid of your purple thing that says completed or planned deliverables and just include those 3 paragraphs under a bolded or completed or planned to be completed into fiscal year 25.
Can take out the yellow up above, bold that. Yeah.
Delete the yellow completely.
And Chris, I was a little confused with the firefighters grant. Does the online version allow you to put in bulleted items? Because wasn't that part of a big thing that in the end you'd have to convert any bulleted item to a paragraph format, and I didn't know whether
can you number them?
Maybe numbering would be better. I don't know.
That should translate.
Would be a little bit clearer. You're right, Bruce. On that one, it merged them all together, so it made it just like impossible to read. But that's what they required because there was a word limit. I think this one is a bit more generous in not having word limits or character limits per these sections, if I recall.
So I was a little confused.
Yeah.
In switching from my experience with the other one.
No, understood.
Okay.
Yeah. So in this first paragraph, though, Mark, are you saying we should keep this paragraph or not keep it?
I think the changes that were made in the second paragraph are okay.
So the first paragraph's okay.
First paragraph's okay. The first 2 paragraphs, the changes, one change, generally okay under the bolded fiscal year 25.
Do we need, just a question, do we need that last sentence about the site visit from Mass DOT?
I think it's an important
okay.
taken.
Yep, that's fine.
I think that's like it is an important, I agree that it's important because it seems like it's like this project is moving forward. So they do the site visit as part of the 25% design review.
All right. So let's go into the second paragraph. What do we like or not like?
I just tried to make it seem like it was concretely advancing it to the 25% design at the public hearing and the 75% bridge design work.
We said completing tasks in the third sentence, but refer to advancing the bridge related design to 75% stage. That's not going to happen this year. That's the following year. So the wording is incorrect or easily misinterpreted, I guess.
Oh, okay. So then let's do this. Okay. So Ellen, did you want it to be includes or in accordance with?
In accordance with.
Okay. Is in accordance. Let's do that with, just so that way we can move through the paragraph. This includes achieving.
And this was all just grammatic changes to make all the verbs match.
Okay, this includes, let's just approve it and we can unapprove it if we disagree. So, current scope is in accordance, includes achieving 25% scheduling. Yes, I like that. Scheduling a design public hearing as well as conducting, right?
Conducting, yeah.
Some of the 75% bridge. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So can I make a suggestion, Word? It's that conducting some that doesn't agree with the next sentence. So if you take that piece out and move it below the next sentence, then you can, the next sentence is accurate.
Can you say that one? Sorry.
So if you just leave it and scheduling a design public hearing, period. Based on the current schedule, we anticipate completing these tasks within the fiscal year based on current schedule. Yeah. And then you can add, we also hope to conduct some of the, or actually can even probably leave the 75% bridge work off because there's a whole list of things that to be done next year.
Okay. Okay. So we take out the site visit.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yeah, because you said that in the previous paragraph.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
But then you're going to move the based on the current schedule up after design public
No.
hearing.
I suggest we get rid of as well as conducting some of the 75% bridge related design, because that's next year.
Okay.
I thought that it says that they were doing some of that this year.
They're working towards it, but when you add the next sentence, it makes it sound like it's completed, and it's.
Oh, I see. We anticipate completing these tasks within the fiscal year based upon this current schedule.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
And
so
then
you
you can say, we also anticipate beginning some of the 75%.
Well, that's actually down in the
Okay.
fiscal year
Yeah.
26.
So
Okay.
right where you are, you've got based on the current schedule twice, so take out the last one and put a period after fiscal year. All right, you start the sentence with based on the current schedule.
Yep, pre 25% design.
Okay.
You need to go back and add an and in the first sentence because we got rid of something. And
Design, submission, and
Designs
scheduling. Yep.
like
Correct.
that.
Yep.
yes,
Scheduling. Oh, okay.
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 if 25% design public hearing to be specific.
And so what should I put 25%?
I
25%.
would.
Okay, sure. Yeah, you're right, because they always reference it as the 25% design public hearing.
All right. So then pre-design. Okay.
New paragraph? It was a separate paragraph. I'm just,
Okay,
Yeah.
so
Make it a new paragraph. It's fine. Easier to read for now. Okay. Including.
I think
Is roll play ROLL? Is that correct? Yeah.
Yes, it's basically a roll of paper.
I just
Okay.
made it an including with a colon because of the number of different things that are being listed after that. Like I just felt like grammatically it made more sense.
Mm.
yeah, it's a series.
Yes.
It's announcing a series.
I'm sure Diana will chip in if we're wrong, right? Please.
Tell me what I'm looking at. I'm not paying
Just
100%.
including the first paragraph. Including, we put a colon rather than a semicolon because you got a series
Where
of
does
things.
It's right
Where
here.
does it-
I'll try to highlight it.
Fiscal year 25.
Where does it
Yes,
begin?
DOT,
Oh,
including
There.
okay.
Fiscal year 25.
colon. Yep. We're good on colon rather than semicolon, right?
Yeah, okay.
You don't need anything there. You don't need a colon.
Because you've got a
Even
whole series
better.
there, you don't?
No.
Including,
I mean, you'd either have to take out the word including, I think, and just go with a colon. But I think including is clear. Including role plan.
Mhm.
It's a lot. I don't know. You might want to, if there's a series of like internal commas, you might want to use semicolons, but let me just read it.
it's,
I guess I tend to put in a colon myself when I have a long series of things like that, but it may not be grammatically correct, but hey.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think it's fine without it.
okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Current
Okay.
construction estimate. What do we have that highlighted
That
for?
comment was just to remind us to attach the latest tie and bond estimate or documentation. We did that during our meeting.
Yeah, you can unhighlight that. We'll have a whole list of things that we have to attach. So, are they going to have a construction estimate? That'll be the end of this thing?
That will go in with the pre-25. Oh,
Okay.
that's it. An ongoing thing that they include with their documents.
Okay.
That gets revised.
So
last
then we're back down to by the end of 25 again.
What do we do? Move from below to be included in section about work in 2025. That was what that comment was referencing, is about, maybe we did copy it above and we can
Helen
take
made
this
a
out.
recommendation to
Yes.
just eliminate 25% design submission.
And you
And
mentioned the public hearing up above.
Yeah. I think we copied it above because it's work that's being done.
don't delete it. It's important that we get across the point that we were not responsible for the delay process. The Mass DOT had a very extensive internal review that delayed everything. So I think if you just get rid of what Helen put in brackets it says that, or says it not too punitively.
Like this.
Although the Mass DOT internal review took longer than anticipated, the 25% design will be completed by the end of FY25.
So then do we need to say about the public hearing above?
Yes.
You can remove
It's
that.
a different issue, I think.
Yeah.
It just says those important things will take place.
Oh, okay, so let's leave it. Okay, sorry, I thought you were suggesting we had to take it out. Okay, so we're gonna fix these comments. Check. Okay, work to be completed in fiscal year 26. So you think Mark,
Right.
you think it should,
Just scroll up, Kate. Just see what that finally looks like. Sorry.
Between the two parentheses, just get rid of everything.
What two parentheses?
Yeah, wait a minute.
Get rid of 25% design submission and.
Okay.
That's great.
Yeah.
Okay,
Thank
so I'm
you.
gonna make this black. Okay.
All right. So even though we've said pre-design and all that up above, we're saying it again, and then the hearing again.
I think it's really important we say we're going to get these done. These are probably the most important deliverables.
Okay. All right.
Okay, so
26.
26. So, I was nervous, Chris, that you see how there's like when you look at text formatting, I was nervous that the enter bullet point was actually going to take up a lot of characters.
Yeah.
But I mean, it just depends on how, like, is it a Word document when you submit it?
Well,
Can we change it to
I
numbers?
copy it from a Word document. I mean, I don't know what it looks like on their end. It's in a form stack thing, but
Can we
I
just
mean-
change it to numbers?
yeah, let's try numbering them rather than.
Or
Because
before you go through all the work of renumbering it, there's a narrative below, right? I just saw something that said see narrative below.
Oh, yeah,
Alternative
I just
narrative.
took it, I just, because I'm like, I took it all and just put it into a narrative format as an alternative to the bullet points.
Right.
I made sure it includes all the same information because I too don't, I know that this is a very technical section.
So I'm going to suggest we leave it with numbering because it references the timeline that is attached and all of the other documents that are provided by Ty and Bond. I think it just answers their questions more clearly for what's technical work, but that's my 2 cents.
Nope, again, I defer to whatever you think is best.
Caitlin, can you highlight all of those and just go to a number in the formatting?
It will once I go like this, but it will,
okay.
because of the bullet points, like Google doesn't really
Oh,
recognize
yeah.
bullet points as a thing, but I am.
Yeah.
Is it looking okay for you?
So far, good. Yep.
Yeah.
I agree that that's better than the bullet points.
Yeah, because I thought the bullet points were just hard. I feel like it was hard to follow.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah.
I agree.
I will ask though, Kate, that you don't get rid of your purple paragraph just in case when I get in there, it
Yes.
doesn't let me do this.
That's kind of what I figured we would do. Is I just
Yeah.
figured I'd give you in case you go to submit it and you're like, oh no, I can't do all of these page breaks, or if it makes, like, I was nervous it was going to make it longer.
Well, my worry would be rather that it makes me skip to another question when I put in a, if I put in a bullet or something, it might take it as jump to the next question.
Then he's probably downstairs.
Hi, Christopher.
We're gonna go bowling after this.
Well, good.
Okay, so the blue paragraph. Oh,
We did that already.
okay, so I can just check that off and we can take this out. Yeah, because that's
We
right.
think the other one was adequate.
I think it's the same exact paragraph. It just, I felt like it was down here and I felt like it should go with all the work that's being done in 25.
Yeah.
Like it goes
Great.
25, 26, 25.
Yeah, this goes out. Yeah.
Okay, good. All right,
So
so
what is that
I'm gonna make
bit
this
right above
black.
there? The development of draft applications, though.
Development, okay.
That would be 17.
Well, because you've already talked about Mesa and, okay.
So maybe that's referencing the
So-
permit specifically, like, yes, there's gonna be, yeah.
These are all,
It
yeah,
says, these are all
go ahead.
permits.
Correct. These are all permits. So make it 17 for now,
Yeah.
I think,
Yep.
because there's a lot of permitting to be done. Yeah.
But so I will say that it mentions the permits. Maybe it's mentioning different permits. I mean, I'm sure that Alex knows exactly what they need to put. Okay, so do you want me to also make the bullet points below numbers?
Yes, I would.
You can take out that one parentheses after filing right there up above though. You took it out. Oh no, you did that with filing. Never mind. It's good. It's good. Never mind.
Okay,
Hey,
so
sorry. Yep.
you're good. All right, so I'm just gonna start.
Glad you're my guru on this. I hate Google. And it doesn't like me any better, no matter how many years we do this.
I feel like the only reason I feel more comfortable with it is because I have to use it for work all the time.
I think I'm sorry.
I believe the legibility of this is improved with the way you have it now.
Yeah, I agree 100%.
Yeah.
When I before I was
Right.
like, oh, this
Yep.
is, and the spacing is better. Okay, so in addition, you're asking that.
Yeah.
I think this is all perfect. So I'm gonna make it black because I made it just like this was the text I wrote a narrative about. Okay, except for this, which I will leave in just in case you have issues with submitting it with the numbers.
Now, do you want to leave both of those paragraphs at asking a portion, or just put these? That first sentence belongs there, right? So, in addition, we're asking a portion of the awarded funds be used to address safety concerns. These may be alleviated by adding a small parcel of land. I mean, to me,
Do we decide we're going after that $5,000 of grant?
I don't see why not. At this point, what's $5,000? I mean, yeah,
Just on
no,
that one, highlight it.
So
yeah.
we're good with $4,000 Mass Trails with a $1,000 match.
Right.
Yes.
Okay, what is the highlighting for this? Maybe it's just highlighted here. Okay, so I'll leave in the narrative format and that just is 2627. So I don't know if anyone else wants to look at it to see if it's like.
I think with the work
everything.
I think that we can scan through it, but I think that the work you just did in editing resolves my desire to eliminate bullet points and try to condense it.
All right, so let's just hope that it's going to take that. Oh, and Mark, you added in the location of the greenway was specified. So the question that was being answered that was describe the specific tasks required to complete this project. So
is that one of the questions in this section was describe the location. So I don't think we have to repeat it, but if we want to answer it referring to section 2.12, maybe what we should do.
So isn't that question the location in the previous question?
Well, my looking at the question of 3.2, it says include specific trail locations starting in
yes, 3.2.
So we can actually move that up to just before when it turns purple.
Got it. Okay.
And then if we want it.
So should we put it before we talk about the before the paragraph about the Mass Trails funding? Or after?
Before or after is, I think, okay.
Okay. Should we put that like right in the beginning?
It seems weird in the end there.
So what if we put it up in the beginning?
I'm fine.
Yeah, and you might
Yeah.
want to say the specific location or whatever.
So we could just put it outside of the work completed or plan to be completed.
Mhm.
Is that
I
okay?
like
Yeah, I'd
that.
put it in specific. The specific location sounds good.
Specified in section 2.12. Okay. I think that's better. Okay, so we'll leave that narrative.
Did you want to add specific?
It says specified.
Oh, sorry, I thought it did say that, specified, and I don't think we need to say specific and specified in the same.
Oh,
You can say it was listed.
Listed
Is described.
Right, yeah.
described, I think.
is described in section 2.12. Okay, moving right along.
So are we in 26 or we're skipping all the way down now? I've lost you.
I'm sorry. Are we in 3.3? We're in 3.3, I think.
So we took fiscal 26 and post 26?
Well,
Did we?
those were the numbers.
No, up above. No?
I'm confused. So
You still got purple stuff there.
so do you want I didn't know if do you want to read through it and make sure
That's okay. So this is just, so this is the narrative to what we just numbered, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Correct.
You can't
Correct.
use
I
Okay, perfect.
think
That's why
you
I just
can-
want to be clear. Thank you.
It's all, but that it does include the information. So see, I put development of draft permit application. So that's
Right.
all of it's in there. And then I moved to the next year.
Okay, so we're
I
on
think
20.
what Chris is asking is about the post, the 2027.
It's in looking forward to 2027.
So we haven't
Right.
looked at that yet, right?
Okay, you can look at it.
Well, we did it it's bulleted up above.
I thought there was 25 and 26.
No, well, we can reword it, but the third one has to be completed in fiscal year 26 grant cycle or after that's completed. So, if you want to reword that, but that's what is meant to be the same material.
So let's do this. Task to be completed after FY 26 grant cycle is complete after July 1st, 2026.
Oh,
So that's the
I see.
equivalent of the bullets above.
I see.
Okay, so that's more just notes for me, just in case.
Just in case, yep. Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Then 3.3. I did try to use some of their language, just thinking about what Bruce said about community anchors, because it says community anchors twice. The major barrier, I really tried to think about the question. So I did write an alternative narrative for this section too, just because I felt like we've submitted this like 3 or 4 times. Because I don't even think we changed this section at all. So I tried to use a little bit more updated language. Let's see, 3.3. I'm just trying to scroll because this is so much information.
I'm okay with either.
Can you scroll down, Kate? Sorry.
Yes. I don't think that the content is really significantly different. It's just I agreed that we had submitted the same information on several times. So I tried to like update it a little bit. And
I think a fresh look is good as long as we aren't changing and saying anything incorrect. So that's fine.
I tried to highlight the new thing, which is the East Street design and how community destinations. I tried to highlight the access.
Yeah. And the new acquisition. Yeah.
I personally like the new one, but that's just because I really use the word community. I just used words that they use to answer the question.
The only thing I
That's
would
sometimes helpful.
add is at the end of paragraph 2, is
Mhm.
being specific about what it allows to Conan Park and Town Hall.
Um,
I guess, it's listed above. I'll take that back.
athletic fields. The only thing is, I'm thinking about the question is about the barrier, the major significant barrier, major roadway. I didn't know if we'd consider like traveling along Route 10 as a barrier. Like I don't ride my bike on that road because it's dangerous, and I think about how, that allows for you to access the athletic fields and local businesses while never needing to go on the highway.
Well, the thing is, it's not a barrier because it's at the end. It will be a barrier when the bike path is extended.
Yeah, I think it's okay. I like the purple the way it is.
Okay, so
A nice color.
I just wanted it to be distinctly different. I don't even know why I picked that color. Okay.
Before you,
Oh, sorry.
the other section listed the reference to the specific planning of the B doing their design at B Street, and do we adequately incorporate that?
The E Street, I put notably the town's ongoing improvements to E Street designed to incorporate safe bicycle paths to ensure safe passage between the Greenway and these important community destinations.
The original wording, I think it said that instead of this work between this project and the consulting group for E Street. I don't know if that's important.
The consulting group, let me pull it down. Oh, I see
Yeah, and I guess it is VHB. I think it is, but I don't know if I'd want.
Second paragraph, I think the third sentence.
I see it. So what if we
even just the one sentence, moving it down into your section.
I copied it in, said the consulting firm VHB is planning these improvements consistent with Mass DOT requirements. And I don't think we need to say the consulting firm VHB and then say the town has already put the two consulting firms in contact.
Yeah.
Well, the nice thing that it is highlighting is that these groups are already working together.
Right. Consulting is actively, can we say it is actively planning these improvements?
In conjunction with, or let's see.
Will coordinate with the Greenway design.
I mean, the two consulting firms are Ty and Bond and VHB.
Ty and Bond,
right?
So what if we say notably the town's ongoing improvements to E Street, which is being coordinated by the consulting firm VHB. Like, I feel like we would want them to know, like, I see what you're saying, Ellen, about like highlighting that this is already work that's taking place. I'm just trying to figure out the best way to say.
Yeah, the important point is not that it's already taking place, it's that the state has already made a move to put these two engineering firms together so that their work will dovetail.
Yes.
And suggested wording would be notably the town's ongoing improvements to East Street being designed by the company VHB.
Engineering.
Coordinating with Time Bond to make sure that the design incorporates, and then go from safe bicycle.
Is being designed in coordination. Oh, wait, is in collaboration, coordination.
Collaboration is a good word.
Will incorporate.
With Time Bond to incorporate. No, it can't be to. So it does include. it can't be will. Town's ongoing improvements.
How about a period and then this will?
No, you get it back up.
Notably, the town's
Long
ongoing
sentence.
improvements to East Street being to ensure
It's a long sentence.
Yeah.
We need,
Get longer.
we need fewer sentences. I mean, more sentences, shorter.
notably the town's ongoing improvements to East Street are why don't we just say VHB and Ty and the consulting firms?
Yeah, or you can say oops, we're changing.
I'm gonna try to just write a sentence.
Well, you want to make sure that whoever's reading it knows that VHB is doing the East Street and Ty and Bond is doing the Greenway.
VHB are consulting, are collaborating to make improvements to East Street
that dovetail with the Greenway or something like that.
make improve that it both incorporates the bicycle path and connects
Mm.
Mhm.
the bigger thing is that it connects it to everything that's downtown, right?
Yeah.
Provides notably the consulting firm VHB and Ty and Bond are collaborating to make improvements to East Street that will ultimately incorporate the bike path.
No, enhance the connection to the bike path.
Connection to it.
Enhance the
Yeah.
and then this will hold on, I'm just gonna do this and I'm gonna take out the middle duplicate part and
You want the bicycle safety.
so I put
Yeah.
how's that? And then we can take out
Better.
You dropped out bicycle safety, which I think is important.
Well, you talk about ensure further safe passage, so I
Okay,
think
that's fine.
Yeah.
But
And one small thing, I don't know that if I'm a reader, I have no clue what East Street is all about. This is the first time I think we've mentioned it. So I think we ought to say a major thoroughfare in town or something.
And to me, it's also not clear that VHB is a consultant for that project, the way we've worded it.
yeah, that's in one of your initial things. It talked about how the town has another project. Yeah, so the connection is less
Yeah.
clear. Yeah.
So you could do notably the consulting firm, notably Ty and Bond
Yeah,
is collaborating with the consulting firm
VHB.
BHB.
On a contiguous project.
Or is it worth mentioning? Because I think I saw that has a tip number too.
It does.
So like, I wonder if we put like to show that it's already a Mass DOT second project. You know what I mean? Because then maybe it'll like Chris, going to your point that they don't really know what East Street is.
Yeah.
I think if you mention that it's a existing Mass DOT project or tip, then at least
27 or 28 tip funding.
Yeah, we'd have to I'll have to go back find the number on that.
It's not. I found it last night when I was so I'll just make a note to say, does it matter that VHB is planning the East Street improvements consistent with Mass DOT requirements?
I would suggest the wording of moving that sentence up above where you start notably. So it says the consulting firm is working on East Street. and it has approved tip funding. Get rid of consistent with Mass DOT, and then follow, but notably everything you have to notably.
And you can say East Street, a major thoroughfare in the town of Southampton. So that
A major thoroughfare like that.
in Southampton, yeah.
Enhance
Good.
the connection to the bike path.
I think we're getting bogged down on this paragraph. Why don't you
That
highlight some
crosses
things?
the bike path. We have mentioned East Street because it's one of the roads that crosses the bike path.
So I think it's fine because then it says it'll ensure these projects. Should we say these projects because it's will further ensure safe passage between the Greenway and these important community destination for users of all ages and abilities. I think that's fine.
Or this collaboration.
Yeah, this collaboration.
Okay.
I think that's good.
That's great.
And I think this other purple paragraph is fine. And I just tried to highlight how it connects community hubs or like community anchors. Okay, so
great.
this is all the same. Whereas we're gonna take this right. All right, let's move right along. Oh, this is another one where I was like, I feel like we've submitted the same thing on several applications. So I just wrote an alternative narrative, but that again essentially includes the same information, but just switches it up a little bit. And I also tried to incorporate information about the Westfield did a new master plan.
Yeah.
So I tried to include like just statistics that weren't from like 2010.
I am fine with the changes.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I didn't change the census because Chris, I saw that you put in the updated census. I didn't know if you wanted to put the updated information from 2025 or if you wanted to leave it based on census data.
It was a choice. I just got the more updated information. So that is true, for the 2020, which doesn't get redone again for 10 years. But annually, we have our own town census, right? And according to Lucy, our figures are a little bit higher.
I think it doesn't hurt to use the new information. 2020 feels like a million years ago at this point, doesn't it?
It does.
So I think we could just put in, as of January, and don't put a date in it, but as of January 2025, if you wanted to put in a date. But
I'm just trying to find where your comment was.
I had it in a side comment somewhere, I think.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, where I was having trouble is my comments don't match where they are in the text.
I know.
mean, for some reason, my comments were like 5 pages down or something. It felt like it anyway.
Some of mine, that happened too also, and I think it has something to do with how many comments are in the side column.
Yeah,
And when they're
it makes
made,
it hard
just
to
bumps
read.
you to the bottom of the pile,
Yeah.
Okay, so we need to find, I don't know if Chris, by removing a paragraph, it lost your comment. So if you could just like put, I don't know if you could find that information. I'm sorry. I must have like cleared a comment that was
All right.
attached.
Just highlight the census part wherever that was there.
You've got it highlighted.
3.4, fourth paragraph.
3.4, fourth paragraph. Got it.
So this is the new EJ language you've got here, right? Yeah. Okay. So it's already highlighted. Okay.
there you
I
go.
see it is highlighted.
Okay. Yeah. So I can just put in a sentence like, according to, January 2025 figures, whatever, something. I'll put in something there.
Okay.
Make a note for me to add it.
God, it's so, where is it? Aging. So this is, it's gonna, oh, here it is. I'm just gonna, Chris.
Oh, it was maybe farther. Yeah, maybe it was farther up, Kate. I don't know. I don't know.
That's
Okay.
Okay, that's fine.
All right, so it talks about,
Okay, we need to try and wind up in the next 10, 15 minutes, guys.
I know, I have to go too. 3.5.
You have to go
3.7
bowling.
is significant.
3 point, okay, so what are we on 3.5? Is that what we're doing? 3.5.
No significant changes in that, or 3.6.
Yeah, so again, I would just highlight the census part because that would be the thing that might change based on what I got from Lucy, though.
2020 census. I don't.
If
I
the
feel like-
percentages don't look, I don't have the non-white and the disabilities. All she
Then I
gave
can
me.
leave it. I think if they know that that comes out every 10 years, then
Okay, okay.
we talked about the updated community engagement survey. I think we leave the 2020 census data because I'm not sure that we're going to be able to get more updated, like specific demographics that are really going to change anything.
Right, just go back up one page because you mentioned the census again right there on the bottom. It shows East Hampton and Westfield non-white. Okay, so, okay, that's theirs. Okay,
Yeah,
that's
I
fine.
just don't know if we're going to be able to get something that's really
No,
drastically different.
let's leave it. Yeah, I'll change it in one place only. Okay,
I did mention here, and I just wanted to say it out loud, that consideration of the needs of non-English speaking residents, because some of the EJ communities in Westfield are due to Russian speaking, like their primary language is not English. So I just want to make sure that if we're going to say this,
sitting here,
if we're going to make a posting
out the
for
window,
like a hearing or something, that we take that into consideration.
mm-hmm.
Okay, rail trail accessibility. Did I change any?
I wouldn't spend a lot of time changing accessibility. I think this is part of the shared use path stuff that.
Okay, Mass DOT. Yeah, I didn't write because I'm like, it is what it is. Readiness.
We can number the original if we want to keep it.
Yeah, because there was not, correct me there, I'm the one that made that comment. There wasn't a new PNF issued. It was a new tip number, right?
No, we had a new PNF number.
Also?
Well, we don't have a tip number, tip approval. Tip number is under the PNF.
Well, I think that's confusing myself. Because up above, we said the PNF was approved in 2014. We didn't say that it was approved again. When they asked for PNF specific.
PNF number, I don't know the right language.
Okay, so do you want to just highlight this to say new PNF was issued, check language?
No, PNF was issued in 2023. That's accurate.
Well, then it's wrong up above then.
Really? I thought we clarified what the new number was.
But we kept saying tip number. I'm saying PNF number and tip number.
No,
Oh, I see. Okay, so it says as a result, oh, that's the narrative that we weren't sure. So we said,
I mean, we submit a PNF and we get issued a tip number, don't we?
No, the tip is a separate process of approval for the funding. The PNF is the number in which they evaluate all the project.
Mm-hmm.
So before there's any money committed, there's a PNF with the entire internal process by Mass DOT to evaluate it under the PNF number. And the tip is only when they've committed funds or in the process of committing funds.
okay.
Okay.
Oops.
Take your word for it. I think we might be confusing it up above then somewhere because
we'll read through that.
Okay. So I just took out permitting will likely take place in 2025, 2026. Sorry, my mom just came in. Can you? I just took that out because we've talked about that in all of the other sections, and I feel like we're more progressed than what that sentence reflects.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay, and I thought that the next sentence didn't need to be two separate sentences. Like it says, I just combined two sentences, that's all. Oops.
I'm sorry, where are you?
Portions of the
Yes.
project will involve work within the adjacent to wetland resource areas that are protected and regulated under Massachusetts Wetland Protection Act.
Yes.
I just thought it read, but I mean, I didn't think it was.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, I didn't think we really changed any of this. I just put enable instead of allow. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm scrolling on the wrong screen. For this paragraph, I think I just put will enable. Allow feels like permission. Enable sounds like the grant funding would have let it, allow it to happen or whatever, enable it to happen. And then I just added further address because we've already been like trying to address all of these things for like the past 5 years.
Yeah.
I'm okay with all the changes in those paragraphs.
Okay. And I just put that they're being developed instead of considered for the maintenance. And I think I just put that. I just felt like I tried to make the sentence stronger because I felt like like the rest of it was really strong. And then we're like, yeah, we might be able to help with maintenance.
Yeah, although there are not plans that are actively being developed.
So I mean, they've been discussed, right?
The Friends of the Greenway not well organized enough to be able to commit to that.
Maybe
Yeah.
you could say actively being addressed.
Addressed. Fine.
Yeah.
And I don't think we have a choice. I think if we build the bike path, we have to kind of commit to maintaining it. So I'm just taking out the comments to see if there's anything we're missing. Okay.
That
Have taken place that
Have taken place.
Have
Or
taken
take out the
place.
Ben.
take out the ban. Yeah.
Discussions have taken place, with this. Okay.
Do we have that commitment from the highway department?
You
No,
should
we
talk
just
around?
have discussions.
I think trepidation is the right term.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
All right. To subscribe community support for this project, I feel like.
Well, no. I think we're not ready yet.
Oh, sorry.
The last sentence about the Friends in particular have expressed strong support. I think we should just get rid of because they're not there. And
Okay, let's just leave that.
And I don't think we resolved the bullets versus the or the
Narrative.
issue for that section. Do we? I can later go back and change it to numbers if we want.
Wait.
But do we want to stick with numbered, or do we want to go with the narrative?
I think this lends itself to narrative to me more so, but than the other one did.
Yeah.
It's not as technical, you're right.
I don't see the bullets.
Up above,
the
that we're in
bullets.
purple.
I don't think we changed this section of bullets.
Right. I think it's all narrative, right?
Well, the original was bullets. Are we getting rid of them? Maybe you delete it. I don't see
Are
it.
you sure, Mark?
We're in 3.7, right? Ready?
Correct.
The second paragraph starts with basically bullets.
And it's in a different color.
Can you scroll up to
Yeah,
it?
it's up a page or so. This is a long section.
Further. Yep.
There we
And
go.
it even goes a page above that.
Oh,
So it
It's
just has
really
to decide.
extensive.
This is that same section.
wow.
Oh my God.
Is there a way, you know how you referenced the trail starting having been delineated in subsection 2 point something? can you use that same sort of language here, that all these bullet points to, reference, what was it, 3 point,
What are
It
we trying
doesn't
to answer
really
in this question, though?
reference.
The question is readiness for the project.
So this was originally divided into what the community's done to get ready, and then what the engineering firm has
Yeah.
done to get ready.
So
And
why don't
then
we,
the third-
if we can do it as numbered, why don't we just switch these to numbers?
This looks like it was mistakenly cut and pasted into this question.
There are some duplicates from above, but it's not really. I can go back and put the numbering later if you don't want to waste the group's time.
Yeah, that's fine, because I do gotta go in a minute. Okay.
But the question is, do we want the narrative below or the numbered list?
Mm. Oh my God.
you just spent a lot of time editing the narrative.
I mean, it's up, I don't feel connected to either. I just I like narrative format because I think it tells a story, but that's, if bullets are adequate, bullets are adequate.
I'm more prone to narrative in my case here, but the other one I think was much more technical in my head.
I'm fine. If you don't mind leaving the original, we'll see if we've missed anything.
Yeah, let's go back and look at it offline, probably.
I think you can just put whatever you think is, I mean, I think the content is good either way. All right. So this one's describe community support. I feel like this one's pretty clear as well, because I mean, I just put that we've been working on it for a really long time. And I think all the other content was pretty much the same.
I'm okay with all your changes.
Commitment solidified. Proposed. Okay. Feasibility study process. Yeah, I don't think we really changed this. Oh, when I was reading this sentence, I didn't know what you're just talking. I just didn't know if it was worth saying what plans. Like it says both of the plans cited above, and I'm like, what plans are we citing? The feasibility and environmental study.
The master plan and open space.
So why don't we just say that updates of the master plan and open space and recreation plan. I just feel like there's other plans that are cited above that I felt.
Yeah. And open space, yeah.
Okay. Oops. Okay. And prior to meetings, I just tried to use highlight because the question was about community support. So I tried to just make the language stronger around using the word support. And then we used the word at prior town meetings. I didn't know if we wanted to be more specific about that. I don't know if it matters, but prior doesn't really give you like a good timeline. You could say town meetings in the past.
Yeah, just omit prior. Town meetings.
Oh. Yeah, there you go. Thank you.
Not hating down, did you?
No. Except one little hanger that was not in.
I'm gonna approve these, and you can tell me if you want it. It doesn't. It just. I think we really tried to use like some like old language, and I really just tried to make it was about 2025 and 2026.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, and I found out that we're part of a New Haven and Northampton Canal Greenway Alliance.
Yep.
I thought that was a good point to like, because it kind of shows that there's a bigger mission.
Mhm.
So I put that in there because I actually didn't know that group existed until I was perusing the website.
Mhm. Yeah, they've been attending our committee meetings.
Yeah, I think that's great to highlight. And then I think that this project, paragraph was really fine too.
Yes.
I'm just gonna do this.
Cereal for breakfast.
So it's the Friends that are part of that alliance, is that right?
They have not formally been voted that.
I mean, I think Southampton had at one point in time. We were asked to be part of it at some point. Yeah,
I'm not sure.
I think it's select board level, not anything beyond that. Go ahead.
Okay, now you can read it and see if you think that it's okay.
Can you scroll up a little bit? Or are you scrolling on a different screen?
Oh, I'm scrolling on a different screen. I'm so sorry. You want me to go up?
Or forward?
Let me put,
Skinny door.
Under,
got it.
Mom's skinny door.
under the section where it talks about
Open the top.
multiple additional community activities,
Yes.
the Friends Greeners have had multiple meetings rather than 6 meetings.
Yeah, I was going to ask how you got that number.
So
I didn't put that in there.
that was from a year ago.
Oh. Has a hosted.
Do you want me to change it?
Yeah, please. Sorry. I'm
Okay. So we're on the safety question.
okay. Anything else? I feel like we didn't really change this because the circumstances didn't really change.
Right.
Yep.
And 310. I focused on the unique high quality recreational experience.
Yeah, I think this is just different language that's positive, and I'm fine with it.
Yeah, it's just yeah, okay. And then the rest of it, we didn't really change that much. Traveling this way.
Right. There's certain things that, are there that we need to, feature. So that's fine. Yeah.
I didn't know that East Hampton Manhattan Rail Trail was designated as a national recreation trail, so I added that in.
Yeah,
Right.
that's good. Yeah.
And I did not find any updated information about trail use. I tried. So just,
Mm-hmm.
I think it's fine. I think again,
Yeah.
I think they're pretty supportive of this project.
That's fine. Yeah.
Okay, will this project promote youth engagement? Probably not. No, I'm kidding.
You may not be.
I think we remain committed to creating further opportunities. All we can do is create the opportunity, and it's up to the kids to show up. That was my
change.
okay. Cool. I love ChatGPT as well. It's very. I say, did we thoroughly answer this question? And it's like, yeah or no, and it'll tell you no. Okay. Now this is all. Where are we? We are on 4.5.
I think that's fine, that green stuff that you added.
Okay.
Right there.
Yes. Okay. I feel like local conservation commission is aware of the plan. Kind of sounded like they know a little bit about it, but I tried to just make it seem like they're deeply involved in the project, and
we have no problem with that.
Yeah, okay.
Just hope we continue to have a conservation commission.
Oh, yeah.
We're committed to ensuring, oh, yeah, I heard about
Gotta
that.
scroll up a little.
Farther down, you mean?
Or, yeah.
Yeah. Forward.
Forward.
Comply with regulations and to minimize wetland act. I felt like that was fine.
Sure.
Okay. And then I went to NHESP.
Your wording was not correct on the second sentence.
So X.
We didn't actually consult David Paulson. He just responded that we've done the right things up to date and didn't, if there was no work outside of the rail corridor, that it probably wouldn't be a problem, but it wasn't.
Completed work. Should we just leave it like this? Make
I
sure.
think the original wording was the right way.
Okay, trail will pass or run, doesn't matter. Run near, pass near. Specific presence of. I put specific presence of instead of extent.
Well, that's actually, again, we know that we know that they're there. So I think, again, I think the original wording is appropriate.
Okay, we'll leave it like that. Okay.
Dad, we have a problem.
I just changed Mass DOT design and permitting. I got rid of the line because I felt like it was the rest of it was in sentences.
Good.
Okay. Anything else?
No. And do we know offhand if this David Paulson is still there? Do we need to even use his name?
I don't know if he's still there because it was 2.5 years ago.
Okay.
We can get rid of his name and just spoken with any ESP.
Just say with, staff from any NHESP or something, rather.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, now we're gonna go to 4.9.
What is that having made out of?
Again, it doesn't matter. Due to
I'm okay.
Whoops.
Yeah, I think those are good.
Yeah.
Okay, ensuring compliance with MIPA regulations. I didn't know if you respected or complied with regulations, but I felt like you comply with regulations.
Mhm.
And then I just made this. Oh, whoops! I accidentally approved 410, but
Yeah.
I just made it into a set. Christopher, please don't do that. Okay. So 410 is good.
We don't have to do anything in section 5.
Great.
So we're basically pretty much
Okay.
there. Yeah, just shared use path. That's all we had to do, if anything. Yeah.
So we're good.
Is there anything, further along? Good.
So just we have to again decide on letters of recommendation and attachments, priority for attachments. I haven't gotten all the data from Alex about their pre-25% design, but we'll have a package from them.
Right. So because one of the things that we would want for VLS and Ps would be the dollar figure that we're going to ask. So we're pretty confident now in the dollar amount we're going to ask. Or do you want to wait?
He said he would get it to me last week, and I had to call him Saturday, and then we texted, and he said 400. I'm going to call him again tomorrow.
Okay. Well, I'll wait on you before I send a note out to VLS and Ps to try and do a letter of support. Okay.
Okay, I will clarify that by tomorrow and let you know.
Yeah.
So for the budget, I don't know if we look at it. So there's specifics there in the timeline. I'm going to get rid of year 2.
Yeah. So Kate, you can stop sharing that, and I can pull up the budget. Maybe I think
That would be great. I'm gonna have to step off in a second. My poor kid's going crazy.
Yeah, I know. Yes. Thank you. Let me just get Mark's thing here. Hold on. Okay. Let me see if I can share this. All right, knock it back a little bit.
So this is the numbers represented in the narrative, but
okay.
And it's 400,000 for the consultants and 5,000 for possible work towards the parking areas.
Right. So that's how that came out.
And the 174 is just what's left over from the per diem. Didn't come out to a round number.
Where's the 174?
Well, it's 405,174.60.
Of the in-kind stuff, or the
just doesn't round out nicely, and that's fine.
Yeah, I know. I think that was part of my challenge too, is that even though this added up automatically to stuff,
it adds up
automatically. Yeah, when I sat down and on the other one, I was trying to do the math, what's 80 and what's 20%. And these figures, even though they add up this way, they weren't the exact figures when you multiply out. When you take 20% of something, it's not the exact number, but hey, if that's what their spreadsheet allows you to do, so be it.
Yeah.
You want to look at the timeline?
Timeline, yep. So this is all, so there's 2 pages, year 1, and I'm gonna get rid of year 2 because we're not asking for 2 years of funding. And Alex said we would confuse the grant people if we left it in. And everything in project line year 2 is actually in the narrative.
Okay,
So-
project, let me just see where that is here. Where does that begin
Alex,
here?
There's a short version of his 450 item timeline.
So it's basically around column H here is all going to be,
Yeah, H through S is the fiscal year 20,
okay.
next fiscal year.
So you're going to take it out of this timeline 1 altogether?
So this would be as is, leave this alone. But
Okay.
there's another tab, the project timeline year 2, or 2 year, I would get rid of that.
Oh, I see the whole tab itself.
Yeah.
Can
That's
I do
basically,
that?
it would be completed in fiscal year 27. The 2 year, the second tab.
So I'm going to delete project timeline 2 year, yeah? Pray tell. Help. Okay. So we have timeline 1 is still
Went
there.
over with Alex and he's comfortable.
Okay. All right. Good. All right. So that's what we got. Great.
So
All
I
right.
did speak with engineer from Westfield, and they will get us a letter of recommendation. I will get a copy of that to you.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that would be good. Sure. Yeah. No, that's good. If we've got other oops, I'm gonna stop sharing here. If we have other letters of recommendation, that'd be fine. Sure. Now, did you put are the trails application and the Excel in a folder in your Google, or they're 2 separate?
I think they're 2 separate. I had switched to a new computer system, and it was having a little
You can make them
trouble.
in a folder, just put them together as a folder rather than a file.
If I'm having troubles, I'll let you know. How's that?
Yeah, I mean, just make, 2025 application or
Okay,
something,
yep.
and then
Okay.
put them together maybe. But that's fine.
And any attachments I think are appropriate, I will.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, whatever relevant attachments you want to put this time. All right, well, that's yeoman's work, guys. So thanks everybody for your eyesight and Kate for all your manipulations here.
Thank you all.
Yeah,
This one I think is getting really very, very solid. I am very much struggling with the bridge one, I have to admit.
Oh
So
my goodness, I was looking at it yesterday and I feel like the harder part is how it's not as integrated into the bigger Massachusetts plan as strongly as
well,
Sales grant.
yeah, well, I think no, I think I'm not so worried about that. It's more just that we're trying to ask for the bridge, which is the bulk of the money, and we don't have a clue about how we would get money to install it. I looked briefly at the resources that they provided, and I didn't see a heck of a lot that really applied for installation of the bridge. So, in spite of a good conversation with that Elijah guy, I was feeling very positive a couple of days ago, and then as I struggled with it a bit over the weekend, I was like, yeah, this is just crazy. We got all sorts of good attachments. I definitely have all the attachments organized, but this is just a narrative challenge.
Would it be okay just like because it's 3 o'clock? I mean,
Yeah.
you guys can continue on, or I'm happy.
No, we're gonna stop. We're dead.
I'm happy to meet on a different day.
Yeah, I think we'll just do a different day. I don't know. I know, Bruce, you've got limitations in terms of when you're available. So, I've got select board Tuesday, so probably it wouldn't be until Thursday for me anyway.
I probably could
for-
do Thursday. Let me look at Thursday lunchtime.
for a group meeting, but and I know, Bruce, you're probably not available, right, on Thursdays?
Unlikely.
Yeah.
but it in part depends on the scheduling, and if I work it out with Ann, one of the grandkids still takes a nap from roughly 1 to 2:30, 3 o'clock, so
Yeah.
it may work out. But if it's working out for the rest,
You know what? Sorry, I take that back. This is our first day with the land use planner. Forget it. Thursday's out completely that afternoon. Wednesday possibly or Friday, I guess
I
would be
could
my
do
two choices.
Wednesday afternoon at like 1. Is it too late to post?
No, I can post. I can always just post and do it. I can get in real quick
I
and
could do
post.
12 or 1 o'clock on Wednesday. I'm looking at my schedule. That should be fine.
All right.
yeah, and there's a good chance I can work it out with Ann.
Okay. So just 12 probably better than 1 or
Yeah, 12.
All right. Let's try for 12 on Wednesday, and I'll invite you guys too. Not that you really need to be involved in this, but
I'll look at
otherwise
it.
always helps. Yeah, good. All right. Well, thank you guys so much. This has been very helpful.
Yeah,
Much
thank
appreciated.
you.
All right. Thank you so much. All right.
Thanks.
Motion to adjourn.
Go have fun bowling, Kate. Thank you for taking your time.
All right. Thank you.
All right.
This government meeting is brought to you by Eastworks and our local cable subscribers.